Hi my beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to make some epis, some delicious epis. And I know you're probably wondering what in the world is epis because I talk about it all the time. So epis is pretty much a wet Haitian style season. So it's pretty much blended spices. There's a bunch of different blended spices, and we tend to use it in a lot of the food that we make. Oh, maybe 90%, 95, but we use it a lot. Most of our dishes, it has some type of epis in there. It will have epis in it, I guarantee you. So I know I've mentioned epis a lot, and some people are probably wondering, well, what in the world is an epis? Like, I see some green stuff, but what is that? I got you. You know, I always got you. So just in case you are someone who enjoys epis, or you've always wanted to know how to make epis, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you step by step how to make the best epis. And when I tell you, when you add epis to your food, it takes your food to a whole nother level. I guarantee you, it takes your food to a whole nother level. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with all the ingredients, and you don't need a whole lot. And also it depends on how much you're making. If you're making a big container, you can double or triple. I'm making a smaller, I'll show you the container in just a moment, but I'm making a smaller container, and that container, it normally lasts me about a month. But let me go ahead and start with the ingredients. I'll show you everything that I'm going to be using, and then we're gonna get started. Okay, so we're starting with the dry seasoning. So I'm going to show you everything that I add in my epis when I am blending or before I blend it. So we're going to start off with the onion powder. I use this. I use garlic powder. I use salt, seasoned salt, Maggi, adobo. I use cloves and also black pepper. If you choose not to add all of these seasonings, you don't have to. This is just my preference, how I like to make my epis. Of course, everybody doesn't make it the same. Some people do not use any of this. Some people just use the salt and maybe a little garlic powder and onion powder, and that's pretty much it. However, I'm a spice girl. I like for my food to have good flavor. So these are all the dry seasonings that I use. So if you want to make it how I make it, then these are the dry seasonings that I would recommend that you use. And if you don't have these exact seasonings, that's okay as well, because I don't know where everybody lives, so I don't know if your local grocery stores will have all these dry seasonings. So if you cannot find all these, you can pretty much use whatever types, the seasons to your liking, or like I said, you can keep it simple. I know every store has salt, garlic powder, onion powder, probably seasoned salt. So you can keep it simple if you cannot find all of these. All right, but again, these are just what I use. So if you want to follow my exact recipe, this is all the seasonings that I normally use when I make my epis. So now we're going to move on to the veggies. Okay, so now for the veggies, I use thyme. You can use 1 pack or 2, but I'm going to use 2 because I want to make a little bit more. But you can just pretty much use 1 pack of these. So I'm using thyme. I'm also adding, this is already cut up, but I'm also adding Scotch bonnet pepper, and this is your preference. If you want to add Scotch bonnet pepper, you can. If you choose not to, you don't have to. It just depends on your spice level. I do like for mine to be a little on the spicier side, so I do use the Scotch bonnet. You can use one, you can use two, you could cut it in half. You can cut it and remove the seeds if it's just too hot for you, or you can just not add it. It's your preference, but this is just me. This is what I use. So I'm gonna use about 3, and I'll taste it to see if it needs more, because sometimes these peppers, they look a little intimidating. It look like it may be real spicy, but then it's not really, it's not hot at all. So we'll see. So once I start blending, I'll see if it's really spicy, and I'll add more if needed. All right. Okay, so I will be adding 1 whole onion. I will be adding about 3. Okay, so I'll be adding about 3 bell pepper. Normally, I would use just 1 bell pepper, but because the bell pepper that they had at the store were on the smaller side, so I decided to just get 3. So, and it may not look as small as it is in person, but they're not that big at all. So that is the reason why I'm using 3 as opposed to 1 like I normally do. I normally use about 1 or 2, but again, they're on the smaller side, so I'm going to use about 3 of these. Okay, so next we have the red bell peppers, and again, because these are smaller than usual, I'm going to be using 2. If they were really big, I would only use 1, but because of the size, I'm going to use 2 of these. So next we have the yellow bell peppers, and these are really big, so I really did not need 2. I don't know why. I guess I was on a little roll with the 3 but because of the sizes, I really didn't need 2 of these, but whatever, I'm gonna make use of them anyways. So these are the yellow ones, and they're pretty big. All right, so I'm gonna use these. Okay, and then next we have the orange bell peppers. And again, if you can see the size, so if you could see the comparison. So you see this one, and then you see these. So this is like 2. Okay, let me see if you can see it real good. So I don't know if you can tell the comparison as far as the size goes. This is really big, and these are real small. So again, these are the orange bell peppers, and I ended up getting 3 because they were tiny. So I went ahead and I got 3 of those. All right, so next we have the green onion, and all you need is just 1 pack of this. And then we have the parsley. This is a regular parsley. And then I also have another parsley. I believe one of these are Italian. I'm not sure. I thought it said Italian, but I don't see it. But anyways, you'll just need some parsley. I like to get 2 different types of parsley, so that's the reason I got these 2. And then you're also going to need lime. So once we're done blending everything together, we're going to add the lime juice, and that is what's going to keep the epis. That is what's going to preserve it so it can last for a very long time. Some people do not do this, but I highly recommend it. It will keep your epis fresh, and it will last for a very long time. Okay, and then next we have garlic. You need some garlic as well. I just use the ones that are already peeled, because who got time to be peeling all them garlics? Not me. So I just got the peeled garlics. As you can tell, I'm running low, so I do need to get some more. And they look like this because I do leave them in the freezer. It's good to leave them in the freezer because it just preserves and lasts longer. If you leave it in the refrigerator, you already know garlic goes bad really, really fast. So yeah, leave them in the freezer. You will not regret it. And then the last thing that we're going to be using, well, I'm showing you, is the oil. So yeah, so that's pretty much all the ingredients. If I can think of anything else, if I miss anything, I'll definitely let you know. But for now, that's pretty much all the ingredients. All right, so I am back. So off camera, I went ahead and I cut up all the bell peppers, and there's no really specific size you need to cut it, no specific way. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how I cut them. All right, so I went ahead and I cut all of them except for this one. So this one, I'm gonna go ahead and just show you how I cut it. I think it's self-explanatory, I guess, but I'll show it to you. Okay, so I rinsed this already. I already washed this. So just cut the top like so. And then I just remove the inside. And my hands are clean. So I remove the inside and then I just cut them. Again, there's no specific way to cut them open. I mean, to cut them into pieces. Oops. All right, so I went ahead and I rinsed the green onions. I'm just gonna go ahead and just cut off the tips. Okay, so this is all that I cut off, just the tips, or the head, whatever you want to call it. And I just cut them up. And again, there's no specific way to cut these. You can cut them big, small, doesn't really matter because they'll be blended anyways. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and rinse these as well. We want to make sure that we wash everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash the thyme and also the parsley. We want to make sure that everything is clean. Okay, so now I am getting ready to start adding the veggies in here. And there is no specific way to add them because, again, everything is going to blend. So it doesn't really matter what you add first. However, I do prefer to add the bell peppers first. All right, so I added the bell peppers. And now I'm going to add the garlic. And I am going to add some thyme. Going to add some parsley. Okay, and I'm also going to add some onions. I'm going to add some cloves. Okay, so we're gonna put like a handful. All right, and I'm going to add 2 Scotch bonnet peppers in here for now. And I'm adding the onion powder. Garlic powder. black pepper, adobo, seasoned salt, Maggi, a little salt, and then we do need some oil as well to help this blend. Some people put water, but I prefer oil. Okay, so now I'm going to put this, okay, so now I'm going to blend the epis. Okay, so I blended a little bit, and as it blends down, you want to go ahead and continue to add your the rest of your veggies. Okay, so let me bring this down. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to add some more veggies. Again, there's no specific way. Okay, so I'm adding the parsley in here and the thyme. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add some more bell peppers. Some more onion. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend this some more since I added more veggies in here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and push this down. And blend it some more. Okay, so if you can see, hopefully this is a good angle. So I went ahead and I blend. So now I'm going to continue adding in the veggies. Okay. Let me just taste to see if it has a good amount seasoning. Tastes really good. Okay, I think I can use another Scotch bonnet. And again, you don't have to put all, this Scotch bonnet in here. If you don't like it spicy, you don't have to add any, to be honest. It's up to you. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up and blend it some. All right, so this is how it is looking, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rest of the veggies. Just want to push them down in there so they could blend. Okay, so this is the last batch of the parsley. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend this down. You know what? I can add a little bit more. Oops. I can add a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cover this back, put the lid back on this, and then blend this down as well. Okay, so I blended the, just got done blending the other portion. So I did taste it. I gave it a little taste test, and I feel like it could, I think it could use a little bit more seasoning. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some more of this. So again, you can start light, and then as you blend it down, you can taste to see if it needs more. If it needs more, then you can go ahead and add more. And I'm adding some more of the seasoned salt. And then I'm also adding the regular salt. And I am also adding some more adobo. And again, I do eyeball everything. I'm used to doing this, so I don't really need any measuring. But if you're not used to it, just start off, like I said, just start off light when it comes to the seasoning. Don't put too much. Don't add too much seasoning. Just put a little bit. Start off with a little bit. And then as you blend it down, you can continue to taste and just to see if you need more seasoning. Okay, and then you season it to your liking. This is not supposed to be salty. It's supposed to have a good flavor, but it's not supposed to be salty. Seasoned, but not salty. There's a difference between your food being seasoned and it being salty. So we just want this to have a nice flavor. And again, this is the type of stuff that when you're cooking, you really do not need any additional seasonings to your food. Like a lot of people that use this, when they marinate their meat, they really don't use any other seasonings, like any type of dry seasonings, except for this. I tend to use both, but because of this, I don't always have to add a lot of the dry seasoning, because honestly, if I just wanted to use this alone just to marinate my meat, that would be good. That would be good enough. But I'm Caribbean, and you know, we love a lot of seasoning. Again, not salty, but just a lot of seasoning. So I'm gonna, okay, so I am completely done with my Epis, and this is how it looks. This is how it's supposed to look. It's not supposed to be watery, but it's also not supposed to be really, really chunky. So this is exactly how you would want it to look. Okay, and then now I did squeeze some lime juice. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lime juice in here. And again, the lime juice, it helps preserve it so it can last for a very long time. And you just mix it in here. And again, the lime juice will preserve it and keep it fresh and tasty. It would not go bad, and it will not go bad or spoil. When I make this, it lasts for a very long time. I can go up to a month and I still have it, but of course I cook a lot, so it goes a little bit faster. But once you put the lime juice, it definitely will last you a very long time. And I do normally use a mason jar, but I haven't been able to find any that I like, so I've been using this and it works just fine. It's just a little plastic container that I believe I got at Dollar Tree, and it keeps my epis real preserved. It doesn't go bad or anything, so this works just fine. But if you can get a mason jar, that would probably be even better. But if not, you definitely can use this type of plastic container. Okay, so I am all done with the epis, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in here, right here. And as I mentioned before, if you cannot find a mason jar, you can definitely use this. I bought this, I believe, at Dollar Tree or maybe Walmart, I'm not sure, but I've used this plenty of times and my epis never goes bad. So if you can't find a good mason jar, you can definitely use this. This is just fine. I already pour a little bit in here, so but yeah, so this would work just fine with the plastic lid. That is okay. Preferably mason jar, because the mason jar, it locks everything in better, it preserves it better. But in my opinion, I've never had an issue using this either. So again, if you can't find a mason jar, this is just fine. So this is the epis right here. So I made a big thing of epis in my blender, and this is how it looks. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in here. And all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just pour that in here. Oops. All right, and there you have it. Delicious epis. Only if you can smell it. It smells so good. All right, my beauties, so we are done, and this is the bad boy. So this will definitely last me for about maybe a month or so, and it's tightly sealed, so it will not go bad whatsoever. So again, epis is a season that a lot of Haitians we use it in a lot of our meals. And it's not just a Haitian thing, because other islanders use something similar. Of course, it's not called the same, but it is something very similar that other people from different islands use. I believe Jamaicans, Puerto Rican, Dominican, don't quote me on that. But I know for a fact, because I do have some Jamaican friends, I know for a fact Jamaicans use something similar to this, and I can't recall if it's either Puerto Ricans or Dominicans. I'm not sure, but a lot of islanders, we make something similar to this, and I believe Africans as well. I did see a few cooking channels where the content creators that I was watching, they were Africans, and they made something similar to this. So, you know, we all related. We all related. We all cousins. So, you know, it's no surprise. But for Haitians, again, it's called epis, and this is how we make ours. And I know every Haitian doesn't make theirs like mine, but growing up, this is how I seen my mom make it. Of course, I tweaked it a little bit, and I kind of do things a little bit different, but for the most part, it's the same. But yeah, but it's an amazing season to use. Even if you're not Haitian, this is something that you'll love it. You'll enjoy it. So don't think, oh, I'm not Haitian, but no, baby, if you ain't Haitian, regardless of who you are, try this. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. Try it, make it. Let me know how you like it. Let me know if you if it took your food to a whole nother level, if you prefer it with your food, if you prefer to prepare your food with it or not, if you prefer to not use it, whatever it is, Let me know if you decide that you want to try it. Definitely share that with me. I want to know. Whenever I make things, whenever I share things with you guys, I do want you to kind of, you know, to give me feedback and let me know if it's something that you will try, or if it's something that you do try, you know, just let me know. Let me know. Let your girl know how you liked it, how it turned out. And I'm sure, you know, if you decide to do this, you'll do good. You'll execute it. And if you have any questions, you can always message me. You can always leave me a message in the comments. I said message as if you can really, I'm trying to think if I want to share my social media platforms, my other social media platforms. I'm debating, I don't know. But anywho, if you have any questions for now, just leave it in the comment section and I will reply back to you. Thank you for stopping by. And if you have not already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also click on the notification button so that way when I do drop another goodie, you will be the first to know. Okay. But thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you try this. I really want you guys to try this. I'm telling you, this is a game changer. If you haven't tried this before, I recommend you try it. You will like it. It is a game changer. I'm telling you, trust me. Okay, I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Once again, I love you guys. Love you long time. Mwah.